Hey everybody, it's Curls by Grace. I know it's been a long time since I've done a video. Honestly, I just have been pretty busy, but also going through some super life changes. So for when the new year started, I know a lot of people, they go through life changes and trying to make decisions on, what they're going to cut out, New Year's resolutions and things like that. And so for me, I kind of started celebrating the holidays around Thanksgiving time, or I'd say probably even October, like Halloween season, starting to celebrate the holidays. And so during that time, I just kind of drunk a little bit more than what I would have wanted to, as far as for my health goes. And so through December and the new year, I kind of made a decision that I wanted to go on a break from drinking alcohol. So I guess in the UK, I did not know this until after I started my journey of cutting out alcohol. But they call it dry January. And so that's what I was doing, was basically dry January. So I wanted to go 30 days with no alcohol. And for me, that was kind of it was a big deal for me because I've been drinking since I was in college. And, when you go to the, parties in college, a lot of times like alcohol is passed around. And so that was when I was introduced to drinking alcohol. Before then, my parents were really, really strict with where we went and who we hung out with. And so college kind of became like a free-for-all for me. And I did have some pretty dark times. There were some establishments that would definitely let underage girls into their establishments, and at that point, people are just buying drinks. And so for me, I did struggle with alcohol while I was in college. And then when I joined the military, it was just kind of like a thing, it's just like, okay, everyone's doing it. And I think that's how college was as well. So anyways, thinking that you start drinking probably, or some people like myself started drinking at the age of 18, and now I am 34. That means that it's been in my life for the last, 16 years. And so going 30 days without drinking is a really big deal. So it was a really big deal for me. I'm not an alcoholic at this point. In college, I would say there were some times, and maybe when I was in my early 20s, that it was I was very dependent on it at times. Like if something emotional happened to me, then I would feel as if I needed to depend on having a drink, And so, like I said, there is that emotional connection with alcohol that I have. And so to go 30 days without drinking was something that I just never really imagined, but I'm very grateful that I did it. And so while I was doing that, I have also been trying to strengthen my spiritual walk with God. And so the church that I am attending, they were having a cleanse fast. And so that fast was 1 week, no meat. And so I committed to doing the 1 week, no meat. And the first week was pretty tough, And I would say meat is more addicting than alcohol, because we've been eating meat forever. Like when I thought about this and like, when was the last time that I didn't eat meat for more than a week? Most people do not do that. And so the week went by, and at the end of the week, I was like, okay, well, why not go like at the 8th day? Why do I need to eat meat? You know? So at that point, I committed to going longer. And I didn't know how long at that point, but I was like, I'm gonna go more than just this 1 week spiritual fast. So now I'm here and it's been 32 days that I have not eaten meat. Today was the first day that I had meat. And what I did have was I had crab cakes and I had a sea bisque soup, and then I had clam, like a clam pasta, which were just little pieces of seafood. So I kept it really light. I honestly have not decided what meat I want to add back into my diet. And so this is why I'm here making this video, because so one of the things that kind of got me started into thinking, okay, why do I want to continue to not eat meat, is the docuseries on Netflix called Game Changers. And if you have not seen that documentary, it's called Game Changers, and then there's called What the Health. Now, I know there is some controversy around What the Health and the facts, but some of the things that they are saying in that documentary is pretty, like, makes you just, made my skin crawl. And I'm not the one that I do not watch like the PETA versions of why you shouldn't eat meat, but the Game Changer docuseries or documentary was really, it was big for me because it was focused on how eating meat affects your recovery for your physical fitness, and if you're an athlete, looking at it from that perspective. And I've never looked at it from that perspective. So Game Changers was a game changer for me. Like, literally, it has me questioning how do I want to put meat back in my diet? And then What the Health just kind of reinforced, like, okay, do we really need as much meat that we put in our bodies all the time? You know, do we really need to eat meat twice a day, you know? And just the ethical thought process between, you know, how much meat we eat, how much dairy we eat, and things like that. So like I said, I went 32 days with no meat, and today was the first day that I have partaken in seafood. And I don't want to claim that I'm vegan. I'm definitely not vegan. I've had cheese and I've had milk since deciding that I'm not going to eat meat. But my goal is to become more ethically, I guess, ethically thinking about the things that I put inside of my body and how much. And, you know, just trying to eat cleaner, eat more fruits and vegetables, and making things myself versus buying the processed form of it. And so that's what I'm committed to right now. I would say that I'm probably leaning towards the flexitarian diet, which is where basically you only eat fruits and vegetables, but excuse me, but from time to time you might have seafood, or you might have a meat, depending on the circumstance. So that's what I'm leaning towards. But I really wanted to do the video because I wanted to let you guys know the last basically month and a half of no alcohol and no meat. And I definitely, so the pros for me since quitting alcohol and quitting meat has been an increase in energy. My skin is a lot clearer, but also my thought process has been a lot clearer. And I would just say, like, overall, like, positive feeling. And also, like, it saves money, because if you're not eating meat, you're saving a percentage of money out of your I guess out of your budget. So definitely, I've definitely felt better inside. I have been pooping more often, but my poops don't stink as bad. And another pro, since I have quit eating meat, is whiter teeth, and my breath smells better, and my husband can attest to that. So like I said, I'm trying to just think more ethically when I eat. And what I'm thinking right now is that if I do drink, it's going to be no more than 2 drinks, and most likely just on the weekends, and most likely just wine. And then for the meat, maybe twice a week, which would be just on the weekends. And right now, I feel more comfortable eating seafood, but I understand that every meat product has its risks. And so that's what I'm trying to figure out. So please, if you have gone on the vegan, vegetarian journey, pescatarian journey, and it worked for you, I would love to hear from you. If you're thinking about it, please let me know how that's going. If you have favorite dishes, I'm looking for that. My Instagram is Tiffany Grace, Tiffani Grace on Instagram, and I've done some meals, and I'll try to put some of those in here, but if not, go to the Instagram. You'll see some of the meals that I've made. And I would say the other pro for me is, since doing this, I've also fallen in love with cooking, because I've never been a person that is like, you know, even though I'm from Georgia, I don't cook like fried chicken and all that stuff. So struggling with what is going to be on the menu. And so doing the no meat kind of forced me to have to figure out what is going to be my meal, my hot meal for the evening. And also just buying new things that I've never bought before. Like I bought flaxseed, I bought, what is it, quinoa, and I use quinoa. I bought meatless burgers and different things like that. So there's just like a whole world out there that I am trying to, you know, chia seeds and just all kinds of healthy options that you can do and use to substitute for meat, where you still get your protein. And from what I have read and researched, the only thing that you don't get from fruits and vegetables is the B12. So that is my struggle with why I don't know if I'm going to completely cut out meat, because B12, from what I've researched, basically is an animal derived vitamin. And so if I am trying to get to a place where I'm eating as natural as possible, as least processed as possible, then the most sorry, the most natural way to do that would be to get it from an animal product, whether that's eggs, milk, cheese, or meat. So yeah, please let me know what your thoughts are. I hope you guys are doing well. I really do appreciate the support that I've been getting while I have not been posting as much. I will be going back to the States soon. You know, within a year, I should be heading back to the States, and so you all will get a lot more content from me when I get back to the States as far as hair goes. But I did do a large Amazon purchase recently for workout gear, because I have been getting in shape. Like I said, go to my Instagram, Tiffany Grace, Tiffani space Grace, on Instagram, and you'll see my journey, my fitness journey. And it's also, you can look up life after 30-ish. So yes, that is pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys for your support, your continuous support, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful 2020, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.